Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Naisha, and to my new subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and thank you everyone for watching today's video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about what I did to get my study permit approved. So I'm going to try to cover this. Let's get right into the video. Pull up. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe because it does a lot to the channel. It does help the channel a lot. So let's just get right into the video. As you all know, I recently moved to Canada. Well, if you don't know, I recently dropped a video on my travel vlog from Nigeria to Canada. So I'm just going to be telling you what I did to get my study permit approved. You're coming to Canada on a study permit. Obviously, you are coming to Canada to study, and the first thing you need is to get your your admission letter. So for me, I did apply for my admission letter myself, and I applied to my university myself. It's not difficult, honestly. It's not something that is difficult, but I know most people pay their agent, like it's part of what their agent do for them. When I was taking my admission, I just read through and I just applied. So yeah, you have to get your admission first, and make sure that when you're applying for your admission, you're applying to a university that is a DLI, a designated learning institution, because you really need to watch out for that, because it's going to go a long way in your visa application. They're going to check if your school is a DLI. It's one of the requirements. If you're planning to get your admission letter, basically what you need is just your WAEC results and the scratch card, because they need to confirm if it's correct or not. Your WAEC results, your transcript, and application fee. And well, there's some schools that don't request for application fee, but application fee, my school requested for that. Some school we ask you to bring testimony as well. As a school request for IELTS, but they didn't even talk about that in my school. So I just applied, and 5 days after, I'm not capping right now, 5 days after I got my response from the school, and I got admitted to the school. So when I got admitted to the school, I was feeling like, no, I was already in Canada, because you know they'll give you your student ID and all of that. So I was already feeling like the next step, going to the next step, that is visa application. After getting your admission letter, you have to start processing how to apply for your visa. And what you need to do is, well, if you ask me if you can apply for your visa on your own, I think I'm going to say yes and no. But I'm saying no because I feel it's not something that, there's sometimes that you might not understand. For me, I did use an agent, and honestly, I'm just going to advise you to get an agent, get someone to put you through. And you have to be careful of agents. Most of them are scammers. I'm not going to lie, most of them are scammers. They're just after your money, and you know people are desperate to like leave the country, right? So they are doing everything possible to extort money from you, most of the agents. So you have to be really careful, and you have to do your own research as well. Don't just rely on your agent and putting everything on my agent. Do your research as well, you know, because they're also humans and they can make mistake. So you have to like follow up and know, okay, they've done this for me, they've submitted this for me, let them carry you along. There's some agents that they would really want you to, like, they want to carry you along on the process, but some of them, so you have to make sure that you are carried along in the process of applying. You know what they've submitted, you know what they are doing currently, you know what level or what stage your visa application is. So you have to like, so another key thing I'm going to say, you have to be patient. Like, you have to be patient. This is not easy. You have to be really patient. I don't know if I mentioned it, most people say when you're applying for your study permit to Canada, right, that it takes like a minimum of 3 months. And I don't know, because mine didn't take up to 3 months. It was just 2 months and I think a week. And I have a friend that his own took just 3 weeks. Like, can you imagine? 3 good weeks, just 3 weeks. And I have someone that stayed for 6 months before she got hers approved, and she's currently in Canada now. And there are some people that I don't know, maybe they've been waiting for a year, but I know people that got theirs approved after 6 months. I got mine approved after like 2 months and a week, and I have a friend that got his approved in just 3 weeks. So it's just, I don't know, it depends on, I don't know, it depends. I would say it depends on the person. I don't know, I really don't know. But I would say like you should watch out for like 3 months. You should wait for like 3 months so you get a response from. But you have to constantly keep on checking your email to know if they've updated anything on your application. When you want to apply for your visa, you're going to pay an application fee, of which I don't know the amount now, so I'm not going to say anything about that. So you pay an application fee, and after that, the IRCC, they're going to send you some forms to fill, and there are some documents that you have to submit alongside those forms. So they're going to send like family, wait, I don't want to say rubbish. They're going to send you family information form, custodianship form. So the custodianship form is for minors. If you are under the age of 18, your guardian has to like sign that for you, and schedule form, and there's another form that is application form. So you're going to fill those things. For the family information, they'll ask you for the number of siblings that you have. They're going to ask you if like your name, the name of your parents. They're going to ask you for the passport data page of your siblings and your family members. And for the application form, I think it's in that application form that they ask for your travel history. They're going to ask you if you've traveled out of the country before, and where, and from what time to what time, and basic information like your name. So after filling those forms, you need your passport data page. And this point, you really have to be careful. Ensure that your passport is at least 6 months close to the expiry date. Like, make sure you're not sending the data page of a passport that is about to expire in 4 months and 3 months, or less than 6 months. Sure, you understand. So apart from that, you need a digital passport photograph, and it has to be like a 6-month-old passport photograph. You don't want to drop a passport photograph of when you were in nursery school or in primary school. Like 6 months, not even a year, 6 months old passport photograph. You need to include that. And once you pay for the application fee, you're going to, even your agent will tell you like the size of the passport photograph that you need. There's this size, the requirements. I'm going to tell you the requirements. You need your birth certificate. You need letter of acceptance from your university. That's the admission letter. You need a study plan. So a study plan is like a letter that you write to the embassy telling them why you're coming to Canada to study, and why you're coming to Canada to study that course. Like, if you're coming to Canada to study nursing, don't they have nursing in Nigeria? We have numerous universities in Nigeria. So why are you not studying in Nigeria? So why Canada? Why not Australia? Why not UK? Like, why are you coming to Canada to study? So you have to explain to them. You have to be convincing. You have to convince them that, okay, this is why I'm coming to Canada, and I plan on returning back to my country. You have to say it that you're coming back to the country. Like, I have this that I'm coming back to in the country, and it's not that I'm running away. You have to tell them those things. And for me personally, I did a police report just to check my criminal records, of which I'm clean. But most people don't do that. But I really wanted to be on the safe side. I did not want anything that would make my visa denied. So I was doing everything possible. So I did a police report. I scanned it and added it to the documents that was requested. These documents, you scan them like to send to the embassy. So I did my police report. I sent my high school transcript, and I also sent my WAEC results to the embassy as well, and my testimonial, and also I sent my bank statement. They want to know the inflow and outflow of the money in your account. I advise you to like include your sponsor's pay slip among your documents, like pay slip. Let them know, okay, if the person is a salary earner, that okay, the person works here and the person earned this amount per month or per year. I don't know how they pay the person. Take your time to gather this document and apply once and get approved once. Not rush this and eventually get denied, because there are number that the way we see Canada is approving visa is the same way they deny visa. I'm telling you this is the same way they deny visa, because it might be Canada, no, they're approving, so you just rush, gather documents and just submit and eventually get denied. So you don't want that to happen to you, so you have to take your time to get these documents and then submit. So you understand, I get to my point for that. So yeah, that was just the document that I submitted. Easy, right? It's not something that is like a long list. This is just all you need to apply for your visa. I didn't tell you this concerning IELTS. My school didn't ask for IELTS as part of the requirements for admission, but I did write IELTS and I passed. Like, I really passed my IELTS. And but I know I just wrote, like I said, I was just trying to be on the safe side. I didn't want anything that would make them just think of denying my approval. So I wrote IELTS and I submitted it to the embassy. And I even submitted it to my school again, even though they did not ask for it. I'm like, no, this thing, I've written it, so I must send it. So I sent it to my school and I sent it to the embassy as well. And I think maybe why I wrote IELTS was because they didn't, I don't think, I was not too sure if the embassy will ask for it or not. But I know my school was not going to, my school didn't need it, but I just wrote IELTS and submitted it. So that's just it. Like, just gather your information well, because I know the pressure. Everybody wants to leave, but you don't want to do it in the wrong way and eventually get your visa denied. You don't want that for yourself. Missing all these documents, right? A day after, I got a mail from the embassy to come for my biometry. They will give you a time range to pick the convenient date for yourself. So I picked the nearest date and went for my biometry. So it's just basically to get your thumbprint and picture. Did I say pictures? Swear to the camera, you just take your picture and fill some form. That was just it. So it didn't take up to, I'm going to say the whole process of doing my thumbprinting and all of that was like 1 hour 30 minutes. It wasn't up to 2 hours. But because I remember when I got there, my appointment was for 9 a.m. and in a day you can have 8 a.m, 8:30, 9 a.m, 9:30, 11. Like, so there are different time ranges in a day. So by the time I got there, right, some people are before me, I think 8 a.m. people, and I had an appointment for 9 a.m. So I had to wait outside. I'm not joking, I waited outside for like, I got there very early in the morning, very early in the morning, and a lot of people want to jackpot. And when you do your biometry, right, it's not just for Canada. So that's where the issue is. So they have to, like, those people they gave appointments for 8:30. We can have people going to Canada, we can have people going to Australia, we can have people going to UK. So a lot of people were there. So waiting outside was where the main issue was. I waited for a long period of time, and the 9 a.m. appointment that I had was moved to like 12. I'm not joking, it was moved to like 12 before I got my distance. So when I got inside again, I had to sit and wait before it got to my turn. And what I needed to do didn't even take up to 2 hours, and I just wasted my time outside. But you know, you have to be early. You wouldn't know if that kind of thing will happen to you. So I advise you to be early to wherever your appointment. So after doing my biometry, I knew I had to start waiting. I had to be patient because like I said, I know most people say you have to wait for like 3 months to get a response from the embassy. So in my mind, I already said 3 months. 3 months, that okay, I'm going to wait for like 3 months to get a response. So I was not even in a hurry. Did for a month, 2 months, nothing. A week after, they told me to come for biomedical, and because I didn't do upfront medical because I was not sure. But if you want to do upfront medical is you doing your medicals before they request for it, and it's not a bad thing because once you've done your medical before they request for it, after the only thing they will request for is just your passport to get stamped, no more medicals. But if you've not done your medical before that, if you didn't do upfront medical, you need to submit your passport and come for medicals. So the medicals, that one didn't even take time compared to when I was doing my biometry. That I wasted time like. But for the medical, but when I got there, the officers were like, it's just that the period of time I did my medical was not the rush hour. That let's say it was rush hour that a lot of people are going to be there, and so it didn't even take time. They just collected my urine, did x-ray, asked if I have tuberculosis and if I was ever pregnant before, asked all of those things, and that was just, it didn't take time at all. The medicals didn't take time for me. During when I was doing my medicals, it didn't take time at all. It was just, I went there early in the morning and I got everything done as early as possible. Like I don't want to give time range because I don't know when you're going to do yours, but they made me understand that the period I came for my medicals was not the rush hour period. So after that, they just send your medicals to the embassy, and I requested for the medicals to be sent to me as well. So they sent it to me and they sent to the embassy as well, and they sent me a message that you passed your medicals, you can now blah 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 blah. Hey, so that was just it. So they didn't send me a mail to tell me that my visa was approved. I was at home. It was 6 a.m. in the morning. After reading the message, I was like, don't these people sleep? It was 6 a.m. in the morning that they sent me the mail. So I was still on my bed, and 6 a.m. is just too early to wake up. Like, who does that? It's too, I had nowhere to go to, so I was still on bed. So my mom just woke me up. She was like, Aisha, they sent a mail to you. Hey, master. So I was like, it's not true. So I was like, they sent a mail to check because they will send you that there's an update on your application. Log in to check. So at first, I ran to the bathroom to perform ablution. I performed Nawafil. After performing Nawafil, I was telling her, okay, let's open this thing and read it because it's either a yes or a no. So she was like, hold on, pray more before she opens the mail. I wish I recorded the moment, but I don't know if it was going to be a no. So I didn't even want to take. I was not even into recording at that time. I really just wanted to read the mail and get over with it. So I was praying. So I just left. My parents were sitting across me, and I sat on another chair. So I was just trying to read their expression as they read the mail. But at the same time in my house, like, God, is it a yes or no? Is it a yes or no? Please, let this thing be approved. Let this thing be approved. I worship you all my life. It was not funny. Like, I was shaking on that. I was just, please let this thing be approved. Let this thing be approved. So, checking their expression, right? They were already reading it. On my mom's face, I saw a smile from. I already knew this thing was a yes. There's no going back. So immediately went closer to them and checked. After that, the Aisha is an Kinko. We clicked on it and they requested for my when they request for your password, forget. It's like your this thing is already approved. Your application is already approved. I was so. He had to see me on that day. I was so happy. I don't want to be dramatic. I'm not being dramatic at all, but I was so happy. I was so happy. That day, I didn't even feel like eating. I didn't know how happy I was. Like, I was so happy. And I was like, we have to send this parcel this day or this same today. But we had to but the parent that I have, especially when she was taking her time to read and read and read. Okay, when I say your passport, I'm like, let's just send this thing already. So the next day we sent my passport. Exactly, keep on sending mail to you to tell you where your passport is. Like, you'll be able to track where your passport is. So I think I waited for just 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks, just 2 weeks. But 2 weeks is nothing compared to how many months. So after that, after getting my passport back, hey, oh no, after getting my passport back, that was just it. I didn't do anything much. Then I started thinking of how to come to Canada. But at that time, I was not like, okay, let me wait more in Nigeria. I really wanted to wait. Not to rush. I was not really eager to run to Canada because I was not in a hurry to come to Canada when I got my passport back. Considering my bank statement, when you request for my bank statement in some banks like GT Bank, I know you can do it on GT Bank app, but First Bank and Wema, you have to go to the bank to request for that. So once you request for my bank statement, you tell them to send it to the embassy. So they send it to the embassy, but they're going to give you like a sheet of paper of writing my bank statement, just a sheet of paper. So I did scan that and added it to the document that I sent. But I knew they've sent my bank statement to the embassy as well, but I still sent it because I had to be double sure. Like, nothing was tampered with this thing, so I still sent it. So if you want to go for upfront maker, it's not bad. You might consider doing that because we don't know. Visas get denied for different reasons. Can get denied for, most of the times people's visa get denied because of proof of fund, and sometimes travel history, and sometimes it deals with education. Yeah, and at times some people get denied for just a reason. Some get denied for 2 reasons, and some more than 2. So I'm going to try my best to make a video on what to do if you get your study permit denied. Getting your visa denied, I'm so sorry about that, but instead of a study plan, you need a letter called letter of explanation to add when you are reapplying for your visa. So in my next video, I'm going to try my best to sketch what a letter of explanation is meant to look out, and read it out in my next video to give you an idea of what you're meant to write. Be it on today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're in the process of applying for your visa, I wish you the best of luck. And if you've submitted, just be prayerful. I wish you the best of luck as well. Be patient. And I hope this video was helpful, informative, and what you've been looking for. And I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Adios.